Good morning, class. Today, I welcome you back to Resources and Development. This is the third and the final part of the unit wherein you will learn about soil and its classification. We shall also be covering soil conservation methods. Now, last time I remember I had asked you to try growing some crops in your indoor balconies or windows, and I'm sure some of you would have planted them. You would have made notes about the kinds of soils you have used and what makes you do things differently. I hope you have been enjoying the process and you will be nurturing your plant to make it a green and clean city. So this image talks about soils which we shall be discussing today. In your textbook, there is a diagram of the soil profile. I leave it to you to draw a neat label diagram with colors of soil profile in the notebook. This brings us to a very important question. What is soil? The uppermost layer in the Earth's crust, which is loose, broken, and useful for plants, is called soil. It takes millions of years to form soil by weathering of rock, by natural agents like variation in temperature, wind, glaciers, running water. Soil is a natural, abiotic, renewable resource. It is essential resource that supports majority of plant and animal life on Earth. It usually refers to the thin layer of the topsoil or the fine upper layer of the soil in a region. It consists of mineral matter such as sand, clay, organic matter such as humus, bacteria, earthworms, etc. So in the notebook, you can write the meaning of soil if you haven't yet written it, and how is soil formed. Coming to the factors which influence or govern the formation of soil, you have four main factors: climate, topography, nature of parent rock, and vegetation. The climate decides the rate of weathering and the type of vegetation. Topography of the land decides the accumulation of soil. The nature of parent rock decides composition and texture of the soil. The vegetation decides the amount of humus available in the soil. Then why is soil important for us? It's a very important question that strikes mankind. Man depends on the soil directly or indirectly for his food. That's your one point. And agriculture can be practiced only if soils are available. Man gets the material needed for shelter and clothing, directly or indirectly from the soil. So we've found three important things: roti, kapda and makan, food, clothing and shelter. Plus we came to agriculture. And the last point, soils are essential for the growth of forests. Now let us classify soils into the major categories. So when we classify soils into its major categories, we have alluvial soil, black soil, red and yellow soil, laterite soil, arid soil, and forest soil. Obviously, we shall first look at alluvial soils. So alluvial soils are found in the northern plains of India, the coastal plains and the deltas of the rivers Godavari, Mahanadi, Krishna and Kaveri. Alluvial soil is the most fertile and widespread soil found in India. It contains fine silt deposited by the rivers, and it is formed due to deposition. It also consists sand, silt and clay. It is divided into khadar and bhangar. New alluvial soil, khadar, is found in the Gangetic plains, has a fine texture and small particles. Old alluvial soil, bhangar, is found near the river valleys, is coarse and contains more pieces of rocks called kankar. The fertile alluvial soils are ideal for growing sugarcane, wheat, rice, pulses, and vegetable crops. This image is of black soils. Black soil is ideally suited for the cultivation of cotton. It is also called black cotton soil or regur. It's called black soil because it is black in color. It is made up of extremely fine clayey material. It has the capacity to hold moisture for a long time. These soils develop deep cracks in summer. This helps in aeration of the soil. The soil is sticky. It is mainly found in the Deccan Trap region of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. It is rich in nutrients like calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash and lime, but it is generally poor in phosphoric content. And it must be noted that it is formed due to the weathering of volcanic rocks. Red and yellow soil is what we shall be discussing in this particular phase. These soils develop a reddish color due to the diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. Red soils are formed due to the weathering of crystalline igneous rocks under low rainfall conditions. It looks yellow when it occurs in the hydrated form. Now, if there is ever a question on why are red soils red in color, the answer is because of the presence of iron content. Red and yellow soils are found in the southern and eastern parts of the Deccan Plateau, southern Gangetic Plains, along the western Ghats, and some parts of Orissa and Chhattisgarh. They are good for cultivating various types of gram, groundnut, and castor seeds. Laterite soil is our next soil. The word laterite originated from the Latin word later, which means brick. It is formed due to intense leaching caused by tropical rainfall. The humus content is less because the microorganisms get destroyed due to high temperature. This soil develops well under tropical and subtropical climate with alternate wet and dry seasons. Though it is rich in humus, but under sparse vegetation and semi-arid environment. It is prone to degradation and erosion due to the position on the landscape. This soil can be cultivated by using manure and fertilizers. It is good to grow tea, coffee, and cashew nut. It is found in Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Assam. This brings us to one of the most disliked soils of the land, the arid or the dry or the desert soil. The name arid or desert soil tells you that it is found in the desert. They are generally red or brown in color, sandy and saline. This kind of soil has very poor humus and moisture content. They can be cultivated after irrigation. The conker layer in the soil prevents water from seeping underground. It is used for the cultivation of bajra and wheat crop in some places of western Rajasthan where irrigation facility is available. Coming to forest soils, these are found in the hilly and mountainous regions. They are loamy, silty in valleys, coarse in the upper slopes. In the Himalayas, they suffer denudation and are acidic with low humus content. These soils are found in the lower slopes of the valleys and are fertile. If all of this was everything about soils, and I take you back to the activity of the previous class where you would have grown some crops, then what is soil erosion? It is removal of topsoil from one place to another by natural agencies. This process is called soil erosion. It is caused by running water and wind. And the factors that are responsible for soil erosion include deforestation, overgrazing, unscientific agricultural practices, etc. They lead to large-scale soil erosion. So what is gully erosion? The running water cuts through the clayey soil and makes deep channels into it. Running water cuts through clayey soils and makes deep channels into it. Resultantly, gully erosion, or as a result of gully erosion, land becomes unfit for cultivation. So I've told you the meaning, I've told you its impact. Now a land which is broken into many small parts by the gullies is called a bad land. And the bad land is unfit for cultivation and for other economic activities. So these are images of gully erosion, where you can see the running water has cut through the clay soil and made deep channels. This is an image of the Chambal Valley Badland, a ravine. This brings us to sheet erosion, which is another kind of erosion. Water flows in a large quantity in the form of sheets and erodes the soil. This is called as sheet erosion. It takes away the topsoil with it. Now we have to conserve soil. So we need to discuss some measures to conserve soil. One is contour ploughing. It reduces the flow of water and prevents soil erosion. At number 2, in the hilly areas, terrace farming should be followed. You can see the terraces that are cut. Strip farming helps to reduce soil erosion. So here we have images of strip farming. Soil conservation measures include planting of shelter belts around the field to reduce soil erosion. And whatever I am saying is right in front of you on your screens. It includes afforestation, which should be practiced on a large scale, and deforestation should be stopped. So you can see little students like you are planting trees. They are growing crops just as you were growing last lecture. Overgrazing by animals should be avoided. Otherwise, they graze through all the pasture land and ruin the soil. I have included 2 links for videos for you to watch after my class. I shall post them in the description box as well. The description box will have question answers for you to do in the notebook. The questions will definitely be there. Answers, you may have to read up the textbook, and if you still don't get them, go through the notes, go through the assignments sent previously, as well as rerun the videos that you have. I am sure you are intelligent children to get answers correct. So today being World Environment Day, I am just reminding you, it is not yours nor mine, it is ours. So protect your mother who nourished you. Wishing you a very happy World Environment Day. I am attaching this link for you to do a quick quiz on the entire chapter. The minute you click your answers, the minute you type your answers or you choose the multiple choice options and you submit it, you will be able to view your scores. So make sure you are able to do it quick. Thank you.